today I'm gonna be showing you how I style my hair and my 22-inch silk seam Bellami hair extensions with the famous Mermaid Wave super dry shampoo from Way and the rose hair and body oil from Way as well. The super dry shampoo really feels like it cleanses your hair, but also the smell is my favorite. I also use their body scrub in the shower and I love their scent. These rose hair and body oil is hydrating. You're gonna immediately see a difference. It is a little bit heavy, so if you do have fine textured hair, I would be careful with it. It's a great combo. Why I wanted to do the video is because I had been wearing the extensions already, as well as using the Mermaid Waver for about 2 weeks, until I discovered an easier method to style my hair. Waves were a little bit more consistent and they lasted a little bit more as well. The first section that I always do is from my eyebrow and then I go up. All right, so I'm gonna start off with this 2-clip weft and I'm gonna apply that at the nape. The wefts are very, very thin. It's almost like a tape-in. So this is actually perfect. It doesn't feel heavy at all. You don't feel like you have them on, and they're just comfortable and they sit a little flatter, so they're not gonna pop out. And some people decide to tease the hair before applying the clips. I don't. The worst that can happen, the clip slides down if your hair is a little oily or just it's very clean, so it doesn't adhere. I never have an issue with it. I used to wear the heavy clips just clamp down. So it's honestly a matter of personal preference. So the way that I determine my next clip, where I'm going to place it, is 2 things. One is the width of the area that I'm working with and the width of the weft. Think about your head shape. So obviously your head shape is a little more narrow and then it goes wide, and it's the widest here, and then it starts getting like a little bit more narrow as you go up in the head and you have less hair to work with. So how do I determine how the hair is blending? I usually, because it's hard, I'm doing it myself, I will take another section that I think is adequate and I'll simply just look in the mirror. If that's really blended where you cannot see how much hair you have left, then I can just take more hair. So if it's super blended and you're like, okay, let me see if I can work with maybe a bigger section so that I can have wefts left over when I'm like at the top of the head, then get a little bit of a bigger section. I'll do a little section and then I'll look in the mirror. Now this, I feel like you can see my hair a little bit through there. So that's enough hair to leave in between. So now the bottom sections are done, and I'm just gonna keep working like this around the head. And what I do is I leave the hair that I have styled to the front. And then all the hair that I have not styled, I leave in the back. And once they're separate, I know what hair to grab to wave, basically. So at this point, I'm going to be continuing what I did. I am going to be applying my extensions section by section, as well as styling it section by section. So before I let this down. I want to make sure that I'm not going to mix this hair with the bottom. So I use an Invisibobble, and I don't do a ponytail or anything because I don't want to crease my waves. I just tie it ever so slightly and I leave it alone. And because we tied everything to the back, I am able to feel what hair is left over. So it's just easier. You don't have to style your hair like this. This is just the way that I found that it was easier, and also my waves lasted longer and they were more thorough. Like there was nowhere where the hair was like straighter than anywhere else. Everything was pretty even. And that's what I wanted. One little thing that I like to do, because my natural hair is puffy, is that to blend it in with the extensions, because the extensions are all one length and it's flat, my hair kind of tends to stand out a little bit, especially when you're dealing with color. And of course I colored my extensions. There's a difference in porosity and everything like that. You might be able to see the natural hair in between the extensions. I just grab a silk scarf and I fold it like a triangle, and then I'm going to fold it this just a little bit like that. So it's like a triangle. And then what I like to do, let me turn this off so it's not burning anything, is I just tie this a little bit. Tie it twice because it slips right off, especially that I have all this like hair under. And I just leave this for a little bit. Right, so it's been 15 minutes and I'm going to take the bandana off. So as you can see, the bandana kind of like flattened this a little bit, which is good because naturally my hair, when I go outside, there's a lot of humidity, it's gonna puff up on its own, but at least I use something to kind of like help it set. And I feel pretty good about that. So this is the look. So I wrote a couple of notes down for you guys that are probably thinking of purchasing this product. So in their website, they have two sizes. I use the mini for this. The mini does have smaller barrels, which causes like a more tight wave, which I personally prefer because I feel like if you just want looser waves, you get a thicker section and it'll give you that loose wave, or you can just style it with this and brush it through to loosen it up. Because I have a lot of hair, plus with the extensions, I feel like a tighter wave is necessary because by the end of the day, the curls drop. Also, it is good for my clients with shorter hair. I can use it on them. So it's not like the bigger barrel where it's like huge right there next to your face and then you can't like get like really close. So this is really useful. The mini is originally $69. I did have a coupon called Wavy Baby. It saved me $13.80. So my total ended up being about $55 and some change. The shipping was $7.95. I ordered it on the 19th of August and received it on the 26th. I got these because of the color more than anything, and then I kept seeing them on the Main Addicts Instagram. So I was like, I'm gonna go with this one. And I'm really glad I did. I definitely recommend. No regrets here. I love it. My clients love it. I haven't styled my hair with anything else since I got it. I freaking love. So definitely recommend. If you guys are thinking about getting it, don't think anymore. Just go ahead and purchase it. Love.